almost 2,000 subscribers. Honestly, I don't care. Ah ha ha. But yeah. So, this is What If Deku Was the Vessel. I think I'm gonna keep that name. I don't know, I like it. Well, Vessel will be his villain name, of course. But he's not really a well-known villain, or actually known at all. That'll be his villain name in the future, if he gets to be known as a villain. So yeah, hopefully you guys don't hear the fan too loud. I have a new fan, it's not as loud as my old one. You might hear beeping since my stupid fire alarm needs batteries and I just haven't put batteries in it. Should just break it, but too much work. Hope you guys are happy being stuck at home for like a month. Or at least that's happening to me. So yeah, it's actually pretty boring. I don't really like. I'd rather go to school. Since you can talk to more people and you can actually do something in my school. Because I liked my 2 classes, but they're the same class technically. But yeah. Let's get this started. So we left off with the new recruit twice. He's very jokester, and his quirk seems useless, but in some situations it can be really good. So yeah. But now what the league is worried about, or this group of people, is that Twice says is that there was somebody watching them, according to the clown. And yeah. They will ask if you make another clone, can you tag them? And he says no, since the clone was almost like another being. And making a new one wouldn't be the same one. Which they think this is bad. But Courier says that you should make one to watch the bar. If the person never sees them and goes after Jeki or Shigaraki, that they would end up in your sights. And you can tag them. So yeah. And of course, you say that would be a good idea. I'll get right onto that. Let's go making a clone of it. Telling him to stay on the roof, or not the roof, but like the top stair room, like the high room. And to watch out the window during the day. And he would. Deku would be told to go outside and he can leave now. Since he's kind of been in here for 3 days. And he only sneaks out to go to school. And so he would be told to kind of walk near that area if the person's still over there. And to try to get their attention and walk all the way back. Go to the same place. Deku would do this for a month routine. Till one day he would feel as if somebody's there and Johnny would bark. Or yeah, bark. Which you guys what you're looking inside his bag. And whenever Johnny sticks his head out, somebody would trip, hitting some of the metal poles, which would reveal a girl with fang-like teeth. Of course, you guys can probably guess by this. This is Toga herself. Why, like usual, Toga is younger in this one. You know, plot convenience, I guess. I don't know. Should she be the same age? I don't know. I'm just gonna do it, since that's how I usually do it. So yeah. And of course, she'd fall and she'd get up and try to run off. But Deku would catch up to her. Grabbing her and taking out his knife, asking why she's here. and that you're the one that's following or was there a month ago at this place. And what he would feel is a knife dragged across his cheek and blood drop into her mouth, with her transforming into him, which would catch him off guard. And if some kind of weird goo would go over her body, over her clothes, and it would be him. Of course, this catch him off guard, and he would ask, so is your quirk some kind of transformation? Is it transformation by blood? And she would say, precisely, and all that. She would introduce herself as Toga, and I don't know her fake last name, and all that, because I'm pretty sure Toga was not her real name, it was something else. But she would ask, why did you stab that person, what happened to the person, and all that. Are you a villain? And he would say, he would pretty much cover her mouth, saying that you have to come with me, since you did see me. Telling Johnny to come up here and grab my bag, which you'd see as some kind of weird creature with a bird-like mouth, with a dog-like body, with a brain explodes, jump out of his bag and jump up there. He would grab the bag and he would open up a portal, and he would walk through it. And up in the bar, with people seeing him, right now it would just be Kuragiri there, and Shigaraki's doing something somewhere else. And he would throw her on the couch, and he would go stand next to the door. Well, they would ask him questions and all that, and they would see as her parents would like shun her for it, and she was in court counseling and all that, which Deku would just tell her to not say anything, and she'll be on her way, which she would agree to. She wouldn't join the league yet, but she would go off on her own. She would pretty much follow Deku, never entering the bar, but she would follow it. And the clone that Twice made, Deku has learned that this clone, if he does kill it, he can learn information from him throughout how long he was there. He doesn't gain anything and he can't heal from it, but he gains the memories of it. So yeah. So every month of her being targeted, he would gain the information of what she does. So yeah. Eventually he would get enough, and you would know that she usually comes to the door and listens for a good 10 minutes. And whenever the clone he destroys on this day, he would see that she was there, go to the door and open it with her falling through. With him asking her why she was always following him. And she would say, I know what you're talking about. And he would say, go ahead and just stay here and look at me the whole time, than just standing out the door for a minute. For like 10 minutes. Tell her to sit down and ask Kuragiri if you want anything to drink. And so yeah. Of course she would just berate Deku of questions and all that. And finally gets to the question of what his quirk is. And Deku would explain his quirk, and she would be interested in it. since his quirk caused pains to himself, she would pretty much fall in love with him how she did. And main canon, whenever Deku broke his arm, and every time somebody died near him, Deku would cough up blood. So yeah. But eventually, she would pretty much routinely come to the league and all that, with her not joining and pretty much being part of it, but not part of it at the same time. And this would be the routine for several years until middle school. Whenever they got into middle school, she was able to join his with Bakugo, of course. But of course, Deku, this is flawed, wasn't it? Yes, it was. If I ever said that he went to school, he does not go to school with Bakugo, because I just remember the police part. Oh my god, I'm dumb. Oh my god. He goes to a different school with a different name. Since he was followed by the police. Do not quote me on this. I swear to God. I'm so dumb. But you get what I mean now, right? Okay, don't get confused. Please don't. But yeah. He would be different names. Of course, it would be the last day of middle school. Or it would be the last year of middle school. And all that. And he would be asked Deku if he can go to UA, but he would explain that he can't, since my name and all that would be noticed in the hero's name too quickly, because I did kill a hero once. And of course he says that I have a good way to protect you. And Deku would ask what that is, and he would say that I could make or give you a quirk. And Deku would say, I assume the quirk is a transformation quirk or some kind of disguising quirk. But he would say, no, not exactly. It's the quirk that I use anytime I go outside. It's more of a misdirection quirk, illusion quirk. It allows you to hide in plain sight, even though people should know who you are. So, by example, if I use this right next to All Might, he wouldn't know that I was All for One. It's pretty useless now, since I am in life support half the time. So here, putting his hand on his head and hurting him a lot from transferring quirk, passing out. Sorry, that was about my sister to go somewhere. It's whatever, but it's whatever. But yeah, he would be able to hide in plain sight. So yeah, him and Toga would be supposed to go to UA. By now, Deku would have a sort of name for himself and all that. And even if he shows his face, his quirk can hide him. His new quirk. His villain name is Vessel. Since even though the police could shoot him and he can kill one of the police, the bullets would pop out of him and all that. My sister's complaining. I just told my sister that she shouldn't say that in public since, you know, the coronavirus thing. So I might be quarantined, guys. I can do more videos. Yay. But yeah. So, pretty much, Deku and them would enroll to UA. Deku would do his usual training. He doesn't really focus on his agility or anything like that. He usually focuses on upper strength since his quirk allows him to get much faster every time he goes out and be's a villain. So yeah. So he doesn't really do much speed training, but he does whenever he wants stamina. They would go into UA with both Toga and Tim having the ability to hide the presence, just how Toga could do in the the license exam. So I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure the robot did not have thermosight, since if they did, a visible girl would not be able to pass. So yeah. So they would be able to hide from the robot's presence, would they? It's a really complex question. You could say since the robots, they don't really pay attention to anything like breathing and all that. So if you go by that concept, everybody would be invisible to a robot. But you could say that their skills of moving around and hiding would allow them to disappear, seemingly. But how they would gain villain points is by turning off the switches. Since I'm pretty sure everybody at least heard this once about, apparently the exams had switches on the back of the robots for quirks that are not really attacking quirks. And so yeah. But it would get to the point until Uraraka is gonna get crushed. Which Deku would walk up there and he would grab them and pull her out of the rubble, jumping, and whenever the robot goes to stomp on them, forward and jumping backwards, hitting against the robot, jumping off of it, completely all the way up to where Ida is dropping her. And yeah, he would know that the robot has a switch on the back of it, is what he says to Ida, and that he has this. Jumping up it, swinging off of the cords that barely hang out of the metal, with people seeing him swing to the top pretty much. And he would get onto the back of the head of the robot and turn it off. So yeah. The robot would fall and all that. And he would get down and Ida asked how he did that. And Deku would say that the exam can't not be only focused on physical attacks, since there are quirks are not really physical. So they had a switch on the back of each robot for quirks that are more stealthy or to take down. So yeah. So him getting into UA, his quirk would be put down. I would say that he would put it down as illusions, since this quirk can be also used for, he says, quote unquote, distracting people, since he can make almost clones of himself, but they're not real, to distract somebody and all that. So yeah, that's his quirk that people know him as. But getting into UA, with them not really going for the highest points, but just to try to get into class 1A, the highest class where people can't really expect one of the next top heroes, quote unquote, going to be in that class. So he would pass it with average of 60 points, which would be classed as second place. And Toga would have, she would have around 50. Since Deku's quirk, his original quirk, does allow him to become much faster than a normal person for each kill, but nothing really superhuman past like Ida or anything like that. But yeah, he was more agile than anything. But yeah, he would of course get into 1A, and I'll start the next part later. Goodbye.